The 40th anniversary of Earth Week was celebrated this week. Environmental policies and attitudes have changed dramatically since 1970. The Sierra Club, founded in 1892 by John Muir, is one of the nation's most distinguished and influential environmental organization. Carl Pope recently retired after 17 years as executive director, but still serves as the organization's chairman. Greg Miller from KQED's Climate Watch joins us now to talk with the new executive director, Michael Brune.
Michael Brune, thanks for giving us a piece of your weekend. I know they're becoming increasingly valuable to you these days in your new job.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Sure. But on Monday in Washington, they're going to take the wraps off the latest version of the Senate climate bill, which some are now calling the energy climate bill. It already has a lot of people in California nervous over something called federal preemption.
Sure.
The idea that it might in fact nullify state and regional attempts to regulate carbon, which California has a lot invested in so far. Do you share those concerns?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the top concerns that we have with the emerging climate language. Let's be clear, over the last 8 to 10 years, barely the only progress that we've made on climate change has been at the state and regional level. Here in California, the Pavley Act helped to increase fuel economy nationwide when it was adopted by the Obama administration. So in the fight against climate change, we don't want to be taking away some of the most important tools that we've used to actually fight climate change. You don't make progress by losing your leverage.
Yeah, those tailpipe emissions became sort of the national standard only after a protracted battle.
Exactly.
Sierra Club's becoming kind of more of a player on the climate front, isn't it?
We are. We're taking a very multifaceted, multidisciplinary approach. A big priority for the Sierra Club over the last few years has been stopping the construction nationwide of new coal-fired power plants. To date, we've helped 128 coal plants that would have been built. We've stopped them. Now what we're doing is we're focusing on not just slowing the rate at which things get worse, but shutting old plants down and replacing them with clean energy. So that's a nationwide campaign that's happening at the local level, plant by plant by plant. And then we're complementing that by scaling up and increasing the amount of clean energy that's being made available, again at the county, state, and then federal level. The unique thing about the Sierra Club, and one of the reasons why I'm really excited to be here, is because we have a combination of really a crack legal team, really good political team, but then also 1.4 million members and supporters, chapters in every state. Mm-hmm. So we have a top-down and bottoms-up approach that I think gives us a good chance to have a deep impact.
Now it's a national organization, but it's a San Francisco-based organization, right. California-based. What's the top priority here for you?
The top priority in California really is to scale up in a dramatic way the implementation and installation of clean energy. We're doing some of the really difficult work, particularly down in the desert, and trying to find ways in which we can site large-scale utility facilities without having a destructive impact on the desert tortoise and other rare plant and animal species.
This has become a contentious thing here. It's like, how can you come in and sort of referee this, or can you?
Sure. Well, what we want to do is, we know that clean energy will be a growth industry. We want to make sure it's done right. We don't want to replace one set of problems with another. But one of the ways of doing it right is not relying just on big utility scale solar or wind farms, but promoting more decentralized, distributed energy. A lot more solar panels on rooftops or of homes and businesses. And then also aggressively maximizing all of the gains we can get through efficiency. California has done a great job and has been a model for the nation on efficiency. We want to take some of the lessons that we've learned here and apply them nationwide.
But you can see that it will take big utility scale installations to get the job done, to get to this 33% renewables by 2020, though.
For sure, yeah, we think it'll be a combination of both. Efficiency, so that we're flattening the demand curve for energy, a lot of distributed solar at the residential and business level, and then a significant increase in big wind, big solar, so that we can start to displace and really dismantle the fossil fuel industry over time.
Now, you're known mostly, I have to say, as the guy who 10 years ago hacked into the PA system at Home Depot and in order to shame them into carrying more sustainable lumber products. You've said you don't see your hiring by the Sierra Club as a systemic sea change for the organization, but you have said you'd like to push the organization in new directions and expand the toolbox, I think were the words you used, including to embarrass and provoke when necessary.
Sure.
This isn't exactly business as usual at the Sierra
Sure.
Club. Are you going to make it an edgier, more confrontational organization?
Well, let's remember, so the work that we did at Rainforest Action Network, the job
That's
that
where you were when you were at the Home Depot then.
Sure. You know, the work that we were doing there was to provide political motivation. I mean, when you're in the advocacy world, you were professional motivators, let's say, of legislators, public officials, corporate officials. We're trying to inspire them to do the right thing. So if you look at what the Sierra Club has done for 118 years now, they have been dramatically persistent, relentless at trying to inspire legislators, public officials to take charge. So no, we won't be employing the exact same tactics that John Muir used 100 years ago, or even that David Brower used 50 years ago, or even that Karl Pope might have used 5 years ago. We're in the 21st century. We'll probably be doing a lot more things online. We'll be doing creative advertising, working with celebrities, and classic grassroots organizing and grassroots activism to either embarrass or expose public officials, corporate officials, or hopefully inspire them to bring out the best in them and inspire them to do what we all know needs to be done.
The cynics among us might say that the Sierra Club is due for some criticism too. Is that itself become just a big bureaucracy that's mostly interested in raising money to sustain itself? Is there a grain of truth in that, and does that need to be addressed?
Well, I think any group always needs a bit of a shake-up and a fresh approach. The Sierra Club is definitely big. We have 500 staff. We've got 400 groups around the country. Our size and the democratic nature of the Sierra Club is both a source of occasional frustration, but also inspiration. We are the only democratically governed environmental group in the country. Our board is elected by the members. I was elected or nominated by a democratically elected board. We have volunteers who drive most of our policies. And so the size of it, I think, makes it a little bit unwieldy, but it also gives us the best chance to reach down in the grassroots, get great ideas, and inspire public officials to do a lot more.
All right. Well, good luck. I know you've got your family waiting for you. You've been doing a lot of traveling. Michael Brune, new executive director of the Sierra Club. Thanks again, and congratulations on your new post.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure.